Hello, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you all doing? Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me very well. Thank you. I am a minute late from what I had promised. Good evening to Kiranji, Short Song, Kanchan, Radha. Thank you so much for all of you being here. And as we begin this beautiful, beautiful workshop, just give me a thumbs up that you can all hear me so that I am clear. And for those who are having problems joining in, please don't worry. This recording will be shared as well, so nothing to worry about. And if I have a yes from all of you, then I shall begin. Otherwise, I shall wait. Do I have a yes? Please type in the chat box. Do I have a yes? Thank you. There is one yes that I gotten. So welcome to De-Addiction. I am Dr. Saurabh Pidani. I'm a mental health therapist and a healer and an expert in 26 human behavior modalities. Half of them are energy healing and other half are psychology based. Having said that, I'm always a learner and always growing. And de-addiction has been something which has been close to my heart because as I work with over 35,000 happy clients, that's something that consistently comes in. Each of our challenges is actually deeply rooted in the addiction or in addiction. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that the human body will always be an addict. But what it is an addict to makes a difference in the pathway to life, right? Absolutely, it does. We are all addicted. Some are addicted to coffee, some are addicted to spirituality, some are addicted to getting up in the morning and going for a walk. And if they don't go, they don't feel good. So basically, simple basic addiction means of doing something consistently. But if you are unable to do it that day, you don't feel good, even the best of habits. So we are going to follow the process of understanding what addiction is and also knowing what we can get to or do to release ourselves from the irritation we get to the depth of challenges and issues that addiction carries. Addiction is of two kinds: substance abuse and abuse of emotion, or our sanskaras. Some sanskaras we are born with, but all of that details will come in a little bit. I have worked in 1100 plus workshops. So just reassuring you, you are in the right place. Now, just want to share this with you as a healer. Your karmic account always goes up when you share something you like with other people. So just freely share and say, hey, I like this. So if, I'm sure you will, but just in case you don't, so I'm using the word if you like what we share in the next 30 minutes to 45 minutes, please do share it with other people. We will talk a little theory and we will have two major exercises in this journey of the masterclass. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box and I shall look at them periodically as we go along. This masterclass is a beginning. It's the shurwat of our larger workshop on de-addiction, a 7-week workshop that starts on next Monday, not day after tomorrow, but about a week and 2 days from now. And all the details of that will also be shared with you. So nothing to worry. All you need to do is listen and relax. My suggestion is that if you have a notebook, take down notes because when you write something from a workshop, you tend to listen a lot more and lose out less. Thank you so much, Kapil, Radhamani, Meenu. Thank you for responding very quickly. And just to give me some love, can you please press the like button so that I feel a little bit of love everybody requires? Well, at least me, not everybody, but everybody requires some amount of validation. So thank you so much for being here on a Saturday evening. It is a brilliant time It is a time of creation. Why? Because the weather is shifting, the energy is shifting, the festivities are coming up, and everybody's being creative in the clothes they're going to wear, how they're going to dress up, what are they going to cook. So this is the best time to be part of all workshops because the creativity is extremely high. All right, let us begin with the addiction. So there are two kinds of people who suffer when you have addiction at home. One, the one who's the addict, and two, the rest of the family, which is impacted by the addict's behavior. We will be looking at both aspects. So only people who should join this workshop or a larger de-addiction workshop are these people who are either impacted by an addict or are an addict and want to give up. Okay. So if you are not in any of those two spaces, you can always be here to learn a lot more about it. But I can assure you, we all have an addict. Addiction to anger, addiction to greed, addiction to money, addiction to having a lot of people around you, addiction to making a lot of friends, addiction to external validation. All of these can be good or bad addiction. So let us begin by talking about how these addictions take place. Let me see if I can share this with you. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. So our basis of everything is in these seven chakras. I'm using these seven chakras because you know what? They make life easier for us. If you're on the phone, you may not be able to see it. Don't worry. I will talk about it so you don't have to worry. Each chakra really decide what are we addicted to. If our chakras are open and clear, then we are addicted to good things in life. If our chakras are tight and closed, then we're addicted to bad things in life. Your first chakra is your masculine energy, which is called the root chakra. Now, what happens here is that if when I'm using this, we're not doing chakra healing, we're going to be doing addiction healing. It just helps understand it so much easier. My root chakra, which is my masculine energy, when it is blocked, I feel fearful, I don't feel grounded, I feel flighty, I feel the fear of, oh, I know everything's going to go away tomorrow. So then people who are addicted to making too much money, who are addicted to eating a lot of food, being heavy, all of these things, addictions, to going all the way to having depression medications because I'm always anxious, to going into drugs because I'm always anxious, having lots of alcohol because I'm always anxious and it brings me down. The root chakra is the space for all of it. When either our parental upbringing through our father was not good enough as what should have been, or we experienced trauma from a male member, be it a boss or anybody else, husband, through this lifetime, which has led us to this fearfulness. How many people have experienced it? Please tell me. How many of you experienced this whole deal about, hey, I am always anxious about money. I'm anxious about where am I going to live. When we go out somewhere, I feel scared about what's going to happen. I close the door 20 times. I used to have that also. I used to check my car door like 10 times saying, is it closed or not? Is it open? Uh, I used to borrow somebody's car. I would always go around and make sure there's no scratches, even though I knew I had done nothing. But that fear existed. So how many of you have had that? Let's see. Let's see. Raise your hand. Come on. Let's hear it from all of you. How many of you had that? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. See. Wonderful. Okay. I'm seeing lots and lots of hands being raised. Awesome. I agree. This is one of the biggest challenges in life, and it leads to our uh, not be able to just, it's like I'm actually getting energetic feelings around it. The insecurities become very high. But one of the things is constipation that can also happen through it. So there are multiple medical issues that happen. Of course, addiction happens. And if we release it, life becomes easier and simpler. So let us now do our first exercise of de-addiction. Follow that, and I'm going to take you through lot of content, but focus on the exercises because we all know we are addicted here, right? Or we're learning to become the addict. If let's say, like I am addicted to Diet Coke, I always like to have Diet Coke. How does it help you? What is it that do for you? If you like having a particular food, you say, "Oh, बटर चिकन खाते ही सोचते ही मुंह में पानी आ गया या माँ की दाल चावल के बारे में सोचते मुंह में पानी आ गया." They are all addiction. These are good ones. The bad ones are the ones that you are bothered by. So bring up one addiction, either yours or a family member that bothers you. Just one. Just bring up one addiction that either bothers you from a family member or you addicted to it. I'll give you 30 more seconds to think of an addiction. Just think of an addiction that really, really bothers you. Great. I want you all to close your eyes now. Focus on your breathing. And go to the time or situation in life where you were really annoyed by the addiction that either you have or a family member has. Just go to that scene. And as you do, get yourself ready to score or to mark this scene out of 10. How emotionally challenging is this scene? 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. If it is not emotionally challenging, if it is less than 7, pick another scene. If you're here just to learn, then of course you can pick any scene you choose to. Addiction to sexual abuse, addiction to verbal abuse, addiction to partner beating, they are all addictions that are not good. Go deeper and keep on observing the scene. Now, I want you to freeze this scene at one point, as if it's become one single photo. Freeze it at a place and time where it is extremely tough. As you observe this picture, put it in a frame, maybe a gold frame. And convert this picture into a black and white picture. So the picture of the traumatic situation now becomes black and white within the gold frame. Slowly put a spotlight on it. The spotlight should be of the color you really like. As the spotlight shines on it, the picture will begin to melt away, becoming smaller and smaller with every breath of yours. And by the time you breathe 30 times, the picture would have completely disappeared. Wonderful. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. As you do, I realize some of you would have seen this exercise perfect. Some would have not seen the picture at all. Some would have seen the picture, but the frame didn't come. For some, the frame came, but the light wouldn't have come. For some, the light came, but the melting didn't happen. And that's okay. This exercise requires your persistence for 60 to 90 days, which will lead to two things. One, whatever you are addicted to or the person is addicted to, their addiction will go down or your addiction will go down. And secondly, the trauma created from this addiction, whether within you or whoever is addicted, that will reduce. It will start helping you make better decisions because you will not be blocked by the traumas you carry. You will be cleared up from it completely. So doesn't matter what kind of addiction you have, you will be cleared up from it completely. Similarly, as we go along and we talk about the various chakras and their properties, we get addicted because of blocked chakra. So, for example, if you take the sacral chakra, if it's blocked, somebody feels emotionally cold or has difficulty changing, difficulty experiencing joy. What happens? They start feeling anger and they need to cope up with it, which is where they create various coping mechanisms: overeating, drugs use, alcohol use, overuse of sex without any true feeling. If your solar plexus are blocked, you have lack of confidence. We know how many people out there who don't have confidence and go into comfort food abuse, anger issues. So what happens is when you lack confidence, you can't speak to one person, but then either you have a wife or a kid at home or a husband that you emotionally or sometimes physically abuse to get over the frustration of your inability to communicate, to show confidence. And it goes all the way across to the heart chakra, to the throat chakra, to the third eye, to the crown chakra. Each one of these leads to total and complete facing of addiction. Meenuji, the person who got addiction, like I said, would end up reducing their addiction towards it and would start feeling clearer in the mind. Clearing of the mind also means clearing of your decision making ability, which eventually leads to you having a better life because you are made of the choices you have made. Okay, let us now go into the second exercise. Similar to this, a little different. You can choose whatever you use, but before you do that, if you would really like to experience complete de-addiction, my recommendation is to join the workshop. It starts about 8 to 9 days from now, and we will be covering 7 weeks where we have Zoom sessions every Monday and then 6 days of updates on WhatsApp. So for 7 weeks, we're together and we help you do two things, three things actually. One, learn about the addiction. Second, if you are an addict, help you reduce your addiction and then you keep on reducing it as you go along. Third, for people who are experiencing trauma due to addicts at home, help them get over the trauma because it's like secondhand smoking. The person who's doing it doesn't realize it, but the person experiencing it next to the person who is addicted really gets impacted by it deeply. And they create trauma in their life, which makes them addicted to anxiety, fear, depression, sadness. So we cover these three things. The charges for this workshop will be $499 if you sign up by Wednesday next week, and then we'll go up to $999 after that. All right, let's go into the second exercise. The premise of this exercise is that what we spoke about in the beginning, addictions are good, addictions are bad. Waking up in the morning and going for a walk and being addicted to it is a great thing. But if that addiction leads you to, oh, I couldn't go today because of the rain, I hate Mother Nature, that's not a good thing. Somebody who is addicted should be addicted to surrender as well, which is I love to do these things and I'm going to continue to do these things. But when I get a pause or a stop, I'm going to be okay with that. Yes, you will be getting the live recording of the live session as well. ZZZZ. Thank you so much for asking. And if you still haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. Make sure you're sharing. If you like this exercise and the exercise I'm going to share now. So close your eyes, take a deep breath. And use the same scene you just used of experiencing trauma, either being addicted or staying with an addict, or have observed trauma or addiction outside of your home, and you're here to learn. Wonderful. If that scene is in front of you, I want you to imagine now the scene projected in front of you. For all those who you don't know, a projector sends out a light, just like in a movie hall, to show you the scene. So imagine yourself seeing the scene in front of a wall. Let the scene continue, and I want you to observe from which part of the body is this scene coming. Is it coming from your feet, from your ankles, from your thighs, from your pelvic area, from your navel, from your heart, from your throat, from your forehead, or from your skull? Where is this scene projected from? Just observe. Wonderful. Now the scene that's projected in front of you, imagine yourself making it into a ball. The scene continues to be projected, but now it's in the form of a ball. And the ball is moving either in a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. As you observe, touch the ball and change the direction to the opposite side of whatever you saw. It may take some effort because it likes to naturally move in one direction. As the ball moves in the opposite direction, it will become smaller and smaller and eventually completely disappear. So the same principle, 30 breaths, it will totally and completely go out of your system. So let's wait for it to release. But we still have some work to do, so continue on closing your eyes. Remember, there are three samskaras or natures that we carry. One, that we come with in this lifetime from our past lives. The second, that is inherited by us through our parents, our ancestral samskaras, or nature. And third, the samskaras we build in this lifetime. The only reason to be different, for these samskaras to be different from what your parents give you, is that the impact your parents had was not strong enough. And other people have a stronger impact on you in this lifetime. Wonderful. The ball would have completely disappeared now. I want you to focus on that area from which this light had come. That area is now void. You are going to send a light of the color of your choosing, because that is your love color, to that space from where the light came and fill it up completely. Take your time, there is no hurry. You can send the light either from your hands towards a space, or just imagine it coming from the universe and filling up that space. Let it completely fill up. It will automatically turn off when it's filled up. We'll give you all another 2 minutes to fill it up. Wonderful. You may open your eyes now. So for giving you an update, our workshop starts the coming Monday, or this Monday, the Monday after that, and we'll be having 7 weeks of beautiful exercises where we will go through each of your issues. So let's say the root chakra is father, sacral chakra, mother issues, controlling is ancestral. Then we go into the heart issues, we go into throat issues, crown, and third eye together, third eye and crown, and we shall release you of various challenges. It will be a combination of cognitive behavior therapy exercises, meditations, affirmations, and lots of your personal questions answered, because I'm going to be your personal coach for those 7 weeks. I am Dr. Saurabh Bidani, founder of Magic of Holistic Health, with an expert in 26 human behavior modalities, having worked with over 35,000 clients and 1,100 workshops. I bring to you my experience, my love, my gratitude, And I thank you all for joining me today. I hope to see you all in the 7-week workshop, which is $499 till this Wednesday. And then after that, we shall see what happens. We shall enjoy yourself. But if you don't meet in this workshop, then I bless you and please use these exercises for 60 to 90 days. And I promise you, you will see major shifts happening. These are God's channel gifts to me, and I thank you for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you to God. I thank you all for joining, and for all who are going to be watching later. I thank you so much. Your time, your focus, highly, highly appreciated. God bless and be blessed.